Hello, my name's Stephen Savage, aka the Master Brewer, Beer Master. I mean, got that wrong, didn't I? Today we're going to carry on my little series of making homebrew. Today is a Velvet Stout from Wilco. I'm going to use dark brown sugar, and I've not tasted the syrup yet, so once we tasted the malt syrup I can decide whether we should add some bit more ingredients like molasses or golden syrup, see if we can make it a bit richer than other syrups, not syrups, beers. So we'll adjust it to our, well, my taste, because mainly I'm the ones going to be drinking it. Right, so I've warmed the tin so it makes the syrup inside more viscous, so we can melt it easier, a bit out the tin. In here I've got some boiling water, or boiled water. I'm going to add the tin. This time I'm joined by my daughter. Oh, warm now. Come on then. Would you like to start stirring that? Yeah? Noise in the background is boiling some more water to wash the tin out, and we have 3.5 litres of boiling water, really hot, to melt the sugars and the malt syrup, which is in the homebrew kit. Almost there. Could you pop that bubble from me? Not with your fingers. Obviously everything's been sterilised apart from Morgan's finger. Right.
Do you have up on this cloth?
Don't. Right, so in the bucket now we've got half of the hot water, kilogram of soft brown sugar, so I think that'll go with the stout. We've just boiled some more water. I'm going to fill this up. Careful, because it's boiling water, Morgan.
You could do like.
Yeah, I could use that. Yeah.
Fold it up. This.
You go back to the camera all the time. Look at it. So I'm just warming this through the last of the malted liquid. Okay. These are quite good, but as you get more proficient, and when I get more time, I used to malt the grains and etc, etc. But I might actually get back to that. Morgan's kindly given me a tea towel to pick this up because it will be warm.
It's boiling water.
It's reasonably clean now. Do that once more.
Yeah.
Basically, it's 3.5 litres of hot water. We're making 40 pints or 23 litres of beer. So I've prepared the cold water in the bucket. I like to let it, because we're quite hard around here, and also we've got a bit of chlorine. I like to let it stand, because obviously one of the main ingredients for beer is water. So the main reason why Burton-on-Trent, water from the Liffey in Dublin for Guinness is so important. So we'll finish this off into there. Right, and that tin then can go into recycling.
Always recycle.
Right, we've done a few things since we last left you. We've added
some golden syrup.
Golden syrup. about 3/4 tin of golden syrup. Now this contains glucose and fructose, I believe, which are fermentable sugars. I've got a handy little chart here I use for working out stuff. The only non-fermentable sugar is lactose, which you can use for sweetening because it doesn't ferment and therefore doesn't lose its sweetness. So what I've done is taken a specific gravity. We'll get out of the way. And it's telling me it's 1.050. So that should make it around about 6%, which I was aiming for. That's why I've used the golden syrup and the brown sugar to get a bit more flavour, because it's going to be quite a strong beer. So really that's it for now. We're going to put it back in there, and then we're going to add the final ingredient, which is the yeast. I'll quickly explain if no one really knows about specific gravity. Water is 0, so it's really the thickness, the denseness of the water. So as we add the sugars in there, it floats higher because it's a thicker constituency. Not sure that's the right word, but anyway, so therefore the higher it floats, the more sugars it has, and the more sugars it has, those sugars will ferment via the yeast and then produce alcohol. Then the other byproduct of yeast, the fermentation, is CO2, or carbon dioxide.
What's CO2?
Carbon dioxide. Right, Morgan, would you like to pop the magic ingredient in?
Is there any
Scissors, fingers. Now some brewers will have their own yeast sitting around in suspension, so to speak, ready to use, because the yeast to some brewers is very, very important. Well, it is very important to every brewer, but pop in there, Morgan, please.
Do I know what it looks like?
It's just powder. Go on.
Magical powder. Can mix.
Right, mix that in. The only thing to do now is to cover it up, keep the little flies out, and then in a couple of hours, hopefully that will start producing, reacting with the sugars, the yeast reacting with the sugars, and making a froth on top as it transforms the alcohol into, no, not the alcohol, the sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide.
And fruit flies like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
my dark stout is now finished. It's ready for tasting. Must be honest, I have tasted it already, and it's pretty good. It's quite strong. I reckoned it was round about 6.5% when we put it into the keg. So now, time to test it. Or taste it. As you can see, that is quite a dark stout. Nice yellow head on there. Smells a little bit like licorice. Tastes a little bit like licorice in the background, but it's very palatable. That was the Wilco Velvet Stout with brown sugar and Demerara sugar to bring up the alcohol content. So originally designed at 4.1, I did about 6%. A lot nicer. Cheers.